The official 2016 campaign season is now on, and locally we have a race that might look familiar to some voters. Republican Paul Girouard, a Burlington resident, is once again challenging State Rep Ken Gordon, a Democrat from Bedford, for the 21st Middlesex District seat, which covers Burlington, Bedford, and Precinct 3 in Wilmington. In 2014, the vote was tight, with Gordon winning with 705 more votes out of the over 15,000 cast. To start our 2016 election coverage, I spoke with both candidates separately this week. I started by asking them each why they were running.
Well, my background is I was basically brought up here in Burlington. My parents moved up here in 1965, so I basically spent my whole life here in Burlington. And it's a great community. I definitely feel connected to the town here, not only Burlington but also Bedford and Wilmington as well. So it's a great. We have a lot of services here. It's a great place to live, and I just feel a certain connection here, and I think I can do a great job representing the people of this district.
Well, Rich, I want to run again because it's been my honor to represent Burlington in Beacon Hill for the last 4 years, and we've accomplished some goals. I'd love to talk to you about that. But there's more work to be done, and I'm in a position where I've been able to get the attention of the leadership in the House and work with them, and in a position to be able to accomplish more for Burlington.
I asked Girouard what were some of the issues that motivated him to run for a second time.
Well, I ran the first time in 2014. I got a very good response from voters. I talked to a lot of voters and connected with a lot of people, and have a lot of the same concerns that they have. We share a lot of concerns. That is, lack of transparency on Beacon Hill, lack of accountability a lot of times with our legislature, where they feel free to just vote and raise taxes without looking into the ramifications of them, what those taxes would be, and just a strong connection with the voters here. I got very good support, and I feel like running again that it will be even better this time as I talk to even more voters.
I also asked Gordon what he thought was a big issue facing the district.
Well, in the 4 years that I've been serving, I've spoken with the residents, I've spoken with the owners of the businesses, the seniors, the parents of school-aged children, and what I hear is that what we could do to improve the lives of our residents and businesses here in Burlington is to improve the traffic. So what I've been able to do is get the engineers from MassDOT to come to Burlington to address the citizens. We did that last December, and the result of that is that we've gotten a commitment for $800,000 from the federal government to work on a plan that will straighten out the intersection of Route 128 and Route 3. And once we do that, we'll be able to help bring cars off of our secondary Burlington roads, because cars won't have to exit the highway in order to get around that traffic.
Girouard said he has spoken to voters and heard from many of them who share his more conservative viewpoints on a wide number of issues.
And I talked to a lot of voters, and a lot of them, I really connect with a lot of them. There's a lot of similar things where they want Beacon Hill to be more responsive to them. They want, for instance, if a vote comes up that says if you're going to receive public benefits, you need a valid Social Security number. And people get that. People realize that you can't go into a bank and open an account or go to the hospital or anything without a valid Social Security number. So why are we giving benefits to people who are here who can't provide a valid Social Security number? So that's something that people really connect with, and they get those type of things, and they don't understand why our representative would vote against requiring a valid Social Security number, or they don't get why they'd vote to not defund sanctuary cities, which are a threat to our security.
For his part, Gordon said he hopes voters will recognize what he's been able to accomplish in his 4 years in office and choose him over his challenger.
He has every right to run for this office and talk to people and tell them why he thinks that he's a better choice than I am. It's one thing for me to be talking about ideas, and we all have them, but what I can do is talk about how I've been able to put my ideas into play, how I've been able to turn those ideas into accomplishments. Here in Burlington, we can look at the traffic relief that we're getting from the commitment of federal funding to do that. That's an accomplishment. We can look at the shuttle service that will be starting for the restaurants, and that's an accomplishment. We can look at what I've been able to do in increasing funding for the schools every year by an average of 4%, and how I've been able to bring the school children from the elementary schools and the students from the high schools into to the State House to involve them in our civic engagement. All of those things are tangible accomplishments that I've brought back into the district.
Finally, I asked both candidates about their campaigns and how voters can get in touch with them.
It's just great talking to so many voters, and I think I'm looking forward to this election season. I think it's going to be great. I'm seeing lots of old faces and new, and I appreciate the support everyone has given me.
And what's the best way people can learn more about you? Is there a Facebook page, website?
Yeah, they can go to Facebook page. It's Paul for State Rep, or they can go to paulforstaterep.com to learn more.
Well, just as the way that I've gone about serving as your state representative, I'll be here to hear from you. I want to hear your concerns. I want to, and I'll take that into account. You'll know where to find me. We're here at 209 Cambridge Street. We've got a campaign office. Any of you, please come by if you've got concerns, if you want to address anything with us. I'll be at some of the public events that we have, and I'll be out there knocking on some of the doors in your neighborhood. But you don't have to wait for me. Please give us a call. Go to my website, www.reelectKenGordon.org. Leave me an email and I'll respond.
We'll have much more coverage of the race, so stay tuned to BNews. I'm BNews Director Rich Hosford.